yeah. Whoa, hey, girl, I got you another dress. So bring your ass up down them stairs. I buy you shit because you rare, and plus because you know I care, yeah. Girl, you know you love it here. That's why you keep on coming in, yeah. That nigga can't compete, I swear. He driving now, he look too weak, babe. Hey, hey. He driving now, he look too weak. Slacking, I'm about that action. Hey, I'll come and slide by 8 p.m. and send a text to your DM. 500 for your fucking hair, 200 for your, like you need me. Don't be on the fence like Feeny. If you're curious, come see me. We can make the link no sneaky. Like a powwow, I'ma talk to your body, beat the box. Come and spend some time on the hickory dock. Give me all your love, we ain't popped it enough. Tell me all the things you like, yeah. Said you want it on site, yeah. Wax a milli from the 2-3. Don't forget I got 5 on it. Rotating to the CD. Got you spinning on me like a fine now. Hey, I'll come and slide by 8 p.m. and send a text to your DM. 500 for your fucking hair.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. What's going down, y'all? It's your buddy DH, and we are here for another episode of Circle Talk. I'm really excited to get into it with a guy that knows music better than most around here. Mr. Wax Producer is in the building. How you doing today, man? You ready?
All right, man. Yeah.
You ready for this? Hey. So, before we get into our conversation, you guys, I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, because obviously we wouldn't be here if we didn't, have the help from all of you. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to Iamhayday.com, Mr. Marvin Patterson. Thank you so much for being a huge part of what I do out here. If anybody is out there looking for your pictures to get done and get them done correctly, hit up Iamhayday.com. Let them know I sent you and get you done at a reasonable price. Next, I want to give a huge, big shout out to the man, the myth, the legend. We got to fix our camera a little bit real quick, guys. Iamhayday Creative Space is in the building. My guy didn't get your name. What's your name again, bro?
Eric Keith.
We got Eric Keith in the back doing the 1s and 2s, making sure we are looking good, sounding good, and feeling good. So shout out to Iamhayday Creative Space for everything that they are doing in our community. If you guys need some videography, music, some pictures, whatever it is, podcast, come here. Trust, they're gonna get you done. Trust, he got a whole team of people. If you don't want to be here, they'll meet you there as well. I've seen them traveling. Were you guys in Seattle? Do some pictures or something like that, like all over the place. They move. So hit up Iamhayday Creative Space. Let them know I sent you. All right. Next, I want to give a huge shout out to the DMAC Foundation, Brooke and Steve Garza. These guys have been doing such amazing work in our community, turning people's tragedies into triumphs. After losing their son last year, they have created a nonprofit to help others that are going through situations like driving home safe. They have a drive home safe program that they have started out in Gonzaga University, where their son was going. And what it is basically, if you are a child the age from 15 to 25, and you're going to be out drinking or whatnot, and you need to get home and you don't want to drive, you can call up their hotline number that they have through the DMAC Foundation. They'll send somebody to pick you up and get you home right from
Hopefully
the hours.
That's not the situation, right?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? From the hours from 12 to 5. So hit up the DMAC Foundation and find out more about them. DMACfoundation.org. So yeah, thank you guys all for everything that you do, and I appreciate you guys for being a part of Circle Talk. I got one quick announcement though before we continue and we get into my guy Wax. Really quick, guys. Starting next month, October 7th, we are going to be moving this idea of Circle Talk to TikTok. Starting October 7th, I'll be doing a thing called TikTok Stories every Monday, where we have featured musicians, artists, producers, people with just stories about, tragedies where they have found their way in the world. We're going to be doing that every Monday. So check out that. If you're not on TikTok, make sure you guys go to TikTok and follow me. You can find me at DH, or you can find me at Circle Work 24/7 365. It's a lot, but yeah, I'll get you all the info after we're done. So
It's recorded.
Absolutely.
They'll catch up.
Absolutely. So enough about us and everything that we are doing. This isn't about us though. This is about you, my guys. So thank you again so much for making this happen. I've been waiting for this opportunity to just contact you and get to know you a little bit better. And, I see all the moves that you've been doing with different people that I know, different artists. And I actually seen you perform too, as well. When you was at Zesty's, I see you forgot about that too.
Sneaky, right?
I'll be working.
I'm honored to be here, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we are going to do is, obviously, the first thing I like to do is find out people's upbringings, their grassroots, where it all started, family life, whatnot. So talk a little bit about where you're from, your mom's, dad's, just your upbringing, whatnot.
Okay. I'll try to give you what they say, like a
condensed version.
Long story short. Short story long. Anyways,
yes.
I'm from Tacoma. My core family, I would say, that I resonate with is from Chicago, like my mom and them. But, my mom moved out here when she married my dad back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
They, had their situation, got divorced, and, had my stepdad around. But, so I was pretty much raised in Tacoma. 2 sisters I grew up with. And how deep you want me to go?
No, hey, it's your story, and
I just thought I'll try to keep it resonating with with the music. But I was pretty much raised in Tacoma. Grew up in church, Pentecostal church. Used to go to Share House back in the day. And if you know anything, have you ever heard of Share House?
Which one?
Share House.
Share House.
Nah. Mm-mm. Okay. Well, but I'm sure there's plenty of people who may or may not. But anyways, I was raised in church, and that kind of I think that really had a big impact on not necessarily the music side of it, but because we used to do plays and stuff like that. Shout out to my god brother. You know Keys Open Doors?
Maybe sounds familiar.
You gotta know these people.
I know a lot of people, but sometimes.
Okay, but he's another dope artist.
Okay,
super dope. He's a low key dude though. He's super dope. But
absolutely.
Anyway, shout out to his mom because she had us performing and doing plays, and all types of stuff, and that's what kind of I think early on fostered that. I don't know, I just grew up and he was just always apt to perform, and I always I never had the chance to even have nerves. I don't think I was performing since I was little, 9.
So you started performing at 9. Was it just singing? Were you
even singing? The funniest thing is she asked me to actually do lead. What song was it? I can't remember what song. I was supposed to lead sing a song. Yeah. But I was so nervous to do it. I was no. She wanted me to sing. I guess she saw it. She figured I could sing, but at the time, me and Keys Open Doors, his name's Silas, but we was just rapping back then.
Keys Open Doors, yes.
So anyways, we was just rapping back then. We was writing raps, and we used to have a little boombox with the little radio and the tape player.
Yeah.
This
really?
Age
the boombox?
Right there. We had a little radio. We put the cassette in there.
I didn't think you was that old. I thought you was 20-something.
Oh man, I got some gray hairs up in here.
Been around for a little bit.
We put the cassette in there, and we literally just record ourselves, and we just had our time. We was vlogging and stuff, but it was all audio. Yeah. But nonetheless, just kind of started out writing little rhymes and stuff like that, and just having fun with it. Really.
That's cool. Do you remember the first song that you guys created together?
I was about to say, rest in peace to my cousin DJ Big Pat, but he's in Chicago. Yeah. And he sent us over a cassette with beats on it. And one of the beats, it might have been just one beat really, but there's a little cassette. Popped it in, had a beat on it. Me and him heard it. We just started writing stuff to it. We just kind of rapping, freestyling. As far as what I can remember, and that's probably what I won't say that set it off. But obviously, I heard. I think the first rap I ever heard was like don't push me because close. And I heard it on the little Wikipedia thing on the computer.
Yeah.
It wasn't Wikipedia, it was something like that. You go on the computer and you can press play on a little hip hop thing. Anyways. But yeah, I think that kind of just there's a whole bunch of little building blocks that help, you know, create what you have now, what you see now out of me.
Right.
But it really was that little stuff, just having fun with it early on.
So what was the biggest thing that that you found as you was kind of venturing around, dibbling and dabbling with the music that kind of put you in a place where you were like, you know what, I like dibbling, but I want to do more. I want to be more. I want to elevate myself to the next level where people are asking me to be a part of, you know, what they got going on. Where did that start for you?
Well, that last part of it, I don't think that really manifested itself till like I got older, because I've been making music since literally like those younger ages.
Yeah.
But like I said, it really was just fun. Like, you know, people ask you, like, people always ask, like, how long you been making music? I don't even, sometimes I don't like to answer with that, oh, since I was 9 stuff, because I think there's levels to it. Like there's that, like you said, that point in time when you start taking it serious.
Yeah.
And I think that's what matters, because that's when you start developing that real skill. But I'll say I hit that point maybe definitely after high school. Like I was in a group in high school, used to rap and play around with singing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We did a couple shows. We did like a show in Boise, opened up for Mano, and then something Oregon or Portland, Oregon opened up for Cassidy. But even at that level, it was more so, you know, there's a lot of growth that needed to be done. Like the music was, it was subpar music at the time.
Absolutely.
I mean, at the time we loved it, but you know, listening back, it was just building blocks. But I'll say I started taking it seriously when I started singing.
Okay.
I think that's what really, because I would rap. I did a couple rap projects that are dope. I can still rap, but I think I capitalize when I do something that's in the middle, but more so the melodic stuff. So I think when I started doing that, when I first released my Volume 1, I don't know if you heard that, 4 Flavors Volume 1.
Yeah.
And I put that out, that kind of, it was the indication of like, oh, you're actually good at this.
Yeah,
you know, I done made so much other music.
Absolutely.
It was the kind of the response that helped. Like I'm one of those people that I'm an avid, like you don't, you know, look inside for your validation. But the reality is when you're putting out art, you kind of have to cross-reference what's really sticking.
Absolutely.
And that's just the reality of it. And that kind of stuck with people. And it was one of those, I didn't even expect the reception I got. But, you know, it wasn't like crazy. But it was enough for me to be like, oh, I'm decent at this. I'm pretty good at this.
Absolutely.
And that just goes into part of me. Like I started out with production mostly.
Yeah.
Like I was always producing that. That took a while to get good at.
Yeah, I know. And no, you're good. I think for me, that's one of the things that I really wanted to touch on as well, because, you know, I seen you and you had mentioned a little bit about production and, you know, music and whatnot, but I was there to see you perform. I didn't know much about your production side until I started to hear stuff here. And then you was on this song with this person, and then you was with this person. Like you big and you really into the production part of music, right?
Yeah, that's what I do, man. Like, obviously, I started writing, started rapping, but then, like, all through, I mean, I was still, like, rapping or whatever, but, like, mostly in high school, I would say that's what kind of kickstarted the production.
Right.
Like, I was producing.
And you were doing beats, too.
Yeah, I was
I'm like, the beats. This guy's doing beats, too?
Well, I was producing the beats for the group I was in. Not every beat, but a decent amount of them, especially that junior, senior year, I started producing a little more of the beats. Now, the beats were trash back then, but without making those trash beats, I wouldn't be able to make the
where you at today.
now. So,
absolutely,
you know, I think everything's always been in tandem. Like my artistry's always been, I look at it like as an orbit. Like the writing, the mixing, the mastering, the production I do, it's all always been. And I'm not one of those people like, oh, I do it myself. Like it's cool to be able to do it yourself, but it is that collaborative effort I think makes some of the best music.
Absolutely,
but I just was doing it. My bad. I was doing it by myself, just by pretty much the situation that I was in. I just needed to do it myself. Yeah. Like, and I was capable of doing it. Right. Whether it was good or not at the time, you know, it just helped me get better. I had to push. And man, there's so many different layers. Like I used to do beat battles. Shout out to T-Mac. Shout out to the Beat Boys. That was that was the thing. We basically. What really kickstarted, because there's so many things. That's what makes this is the type of stuff that makes me feel old. Yeah. But basically, like, what really got me good at production, or really started pushing me into like quality and challenging me, is Rock Battle. So basically, Keys Open Doors and T-Mac, they were two of the homies already, but they had their production duo and they were already selling beats online. I was producing, but I wasn't like up to that. I wasn't up to par to like start pushing my stuff online.
Or,
so I had to get better. And basically, T-Mac was like, all right, win 50 battles on Rock Battle. And if you know what Rock Battle is, just a battle platform. I got on there. My first battle was against Keys Open Doors. He smacked me. It wasn't even fair. I was like, what the heck? So then he beat me. And then, if you're competitive at all, you're just going to push yourself to continue to get better. So eventually I won my 50 battles. By that time, I was ready to start making stuff that I was ready to sell.
Yeah.
Did that for a while. And then, just came back to the writing, and it's a long-winded answer.
No, you're good. I appreciate your realness though, because we need to hear that. And for me, I'm trying to learn just like everybody else that's watching. Who is this man? Like, we hear a lot about him, but who is he? And now we actually get to see the person behind the cursive wax producer. Like,
I appreciate it. I know.
Yeah.
People who know me, it's like, now if I'm in a room somewhere, I could be a fly on the wall. People be like, you're quiet, you're humble.
Right.
And I like to talk though.
Absolutely.
I don't want to I like to talk. I like this though.
Yeah. I got a homeboy, and he's probably your homeboy as well. Shout out to Rocky Sandoval. I was talking to him one day, and we was chopping it up, and he brought up you. He's like one of the people that they sleep on a lot of times, but he's very, very talented.
I appreciate it.
Talk a little bit.
He just had a show, actually.
Yeah.
He just had a show. Shout out to Rocky for having me come on. We did Medusa. That's one of our songs.
Yeah.
And he just had a show at Crocodile or Madame Lou's.
Absolutely. Venue, I know a few of the people you've been around, bro.
Yeah, man. He's good people, man. He's good people. But yeah, I think I'm trying to conclude on that answer.
No, you're good. I think what we can do is how about we just segue into the music. You've been coming out with some new stuff. Obviously, you just released an album in January, right?
In January, yeah. I don't drop as much as I could or should, but I dropped a project called Chasing Stars in January. It's actually one of my favorites. And there's different reasons why it's my favorite, but it is one of my favorite projects. And I encourage people to go listen. It's called Chasing Stars.
Absolutely.
I incorporated some. I'm trying to see how I word it. I incorporated some pieces of me to a higher level than I've done before, because I got my sister did a poem for me on the first joint. It's basically like a little spoken word thing, and I think it's really dope. And then my auntie did some interludes for me, and it's just her being authentic, talking. She's old school. Shout out Aunt Jenny. Shout out my sister Caress, and shout out Black Soul. He helped on the album.
Talk about. I don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize, but talk about how important it was for you to incorporate family into your music. Because I found myself, I'm like you. I've been in the game for a long time. At least 20 years. And for me, I think before I stopped doing music, one of the things that I knew I wanted to do was I wanted to get on a song with my daughters. And I thought that was one of the most important things that I could ever do in life was write a song for us to sing together. Talk about how important that was for you.
Well, it's very important because I look at music as a timestamp, or the more I've been doing it, you look back, life hindsight's 2020, like all this music I've made, it really is just timestamps.
Yeah.
That's why I realized, like, when you put something out, even though you might look at it, listen to it, you're like, man, that's trash. I want to take it down. Sometimes it's just best to leave it out there because you can see that growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for one, it's the growth.
Absolutely.
Two, it's basically a forever memory. Obviously, the DSPs don't always have to be there, but for the people who do cop the music and appreciate it and give the CDs, and I still sell these CDs sometimes.
Yeah, I think we all do at some point.
I feel like physical merch is still a valid thing. Like, maybe you have a tangible piece, but
absolutely.
Anyways, back to the answer. It's I just wanted to be able to, like, I wrote a 10-track, I wrote and produced a 10-track album for my mom, because she sings. She's one of my heavier influences too.
Yeah.
But I do want to do a song, like a duet with me and my mom.
Absolutely.
That's still something I haven't done yet. I want to do that. But for this project, I was like, I just want to take pieces of my family, because I feel like you get pieces of me. Like, they're saying things. Yeah. This is the mindset of myself. Like, they're saying things that I resonate with. If you want to know how I think, obviously it goes into the songs I write, and I feel like my songwriting's been developing too.
Yeah.
But really, just I would say, listen to those 3 interludes. They're kind of comical, some of the stuff she says. But long story short, I just wanted to incorporate parts of myself. And like, even if I think about my family, like I know none of my, nobody's getting any younger. So these are timestamps that my kids will be able to listen to that, forever be around. Like, this, you're on Jenny. This is things that your family resonated with. This is I want to do more of it, basically what I'm getting at. I want to be able to have like a whole bunch of music where my family just sprinkled in all over the place. Absolutely. Whether it be my mom talking. And I think stuff like that is dope because you get basically perspectives that you would only get in one-on-one conversation. You know what I'm saying? But they're recorded and they're people to hear and they sound good.
Absolutely. It's such a beautiful thing when it happens too, because my little ones, I still remember the first time I took them to the studio. It's, like my oldest daughter, she was probably like 12. She's 26 now. But yeah, I'm old cat. But when I took her into the studio, all I wanted her to do was just talk on it and be herself, and now it's like, you look back and you listen to it, it's like, yeah, you was little back then. Yeah. But that's forever. It's engraved in our lives until we leave, and to our kids' lives and our kids' lives. And it's just a beautiful thing that we have created together. And, I just love that opportunity. And it's, I don't know. I just really enjoy that happened.
Well, yeah, I was gonna even piggyback off that. It made me think about like when my kids were like, they had to be like 2 or 3, my twins. Shout out outside Ezekiel and Nehemiah. But they I would have them sometimes just record on the mic. Yeah. And one time, they said it a few times, but I had them saying "ew, nasty." And if you go listen to like some of my earlier stuff, there's a little tag on there that says "ew, nasty." It's them. And I think it's just dope that it was dope. Like you said, it's just dope opportunity because it's like for everything. And then they know it, they hear it, they laugh about it because they're like, "Damn, I was listening for a little."
Facts.
And then another thing is like the past, I'll say at this point, past like 5 years, I've lost a lot of family members. Yeah. And that was kind of a real, I want to say that it's not eye-opening. Like people, like I can conceptualize people passing away. Yeah. But some of the situations, it's how they passed, and how you don't have those. You miss the opportunity to be able to even call them is gone. So right. And anybody in my family that's watching this or hears this, they'll know exactly who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. But there's situations where I wish I would have got video or wish I would have recorded just them talking. Absolutely. And once those things have passed and gone, you're like, dang, well, I don't need to record everything, but it is important to take a picture. Yeah. Get something on video. Get the audio. Yeah, absolutely. Because it won't hurt later once you.
That's facts. So I got something I wanted to ask you about since you went that way with it. And I think it's important for our children to have a thought of the person that is raising them. So when you think about raising your children, like what is one thing that you want them to remember about Pops?
About me? Well, let me see. I need more context to the question. About me towards them or about me in general?
In general.
I feel like it's a hard thing to answer that way, but here's what I will say. Something I always tell them. There's a few things I always tell them. If you know better, do better. Be honest with yourself so that you can be honest with others. But, always start with yourself. Be honest with yourself first. So it'll make it harder to even put out something into the world that's not true to you. Because you just, you look yourself in the mirror every day. You're like, no, I'm standing on who I am. And always, and just remember it's okay to mess up. Yes. You're human. What is it? Progress, not perfection. And yeah, man. Yeah. It's things like that.
Absolutely.
And always lead with respect.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna give you a couple. I got a couple scenario questions because I'm a scenario guy.
Yeah, I like that.
So let's say you're speaking to a bunch of teenage kids that are inspired to become musicians. What is one of the things that you tell them about when they ask? So what is something that I should prepare for as a singer or a songwriter? What is something that I could prepare myself for when I get into the actual world of music and selling myself and selling my product?
Prepare to be persistent if you really want it. And what you want, that's subjective. everybody doesn't want to be famous. Everybody doesn't want to have. We all want money, but everybody isn't looking for the same thing as a creator, I don't think. But persistence, hardship, challenge, and make sure you're having fun with it. Prepare to have times where you don't got it. You don't got the sauce. You might, something's off. You just, but prepare for that and don't let that be a deterrent to your goals. Like, don't turn that into like, dang, do I still got it? Like, I don't know if you watch boxing, but I remember Teofimo Lopez, he had a fight, one of his comeback fights.
Yeah.
And he won, but he got tagged up so much in that fight. Like, he just didn't look like himself. And, he said out loud and heard it on camera, he's like, dang, do I still got it? He was looking at his coach. But it's okay to have nights like that.
Yeah.
I'm a confident songwriter. I'm a confident producer. I think I'm really good at what I do. I think I execute on a level. This is me just speaking my confidence out. Like, I don't walk around with some arrogance, but I feel like this within myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm able to execute at a high level, but you don't always come out that way. You know what I'm saying? So to a young songwriter, because I know, especially I'm thinking about somebody that's just starting. Like, I remember just starting like that stuff. You're listening to stuff that's out there, and you're like, dang, I'll never be able to. And then next thing you know, you're able to compete with it. So you just have to be persistent and put the work in.
That's awesome. Good answer. Great answer. So I got another scenario question. Well, it's not necessarily a scenario question. I think it's more just about, you and just kind of going through it. Like, talk about, performing and how important it is. Like you said, persistence is a huge thing, but let's talk about confidence. Like, being on a stage, talk about a time you was on stage and you looked out and you just knew people weren't into what you were doing and you still stayed up there with confidence. Talk about the time that happened to you. Because I know it's happened to all of us.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? When we knew we got our set together. Oh, this set's about to be hard. They're going to get off on this. And then we got on stage and it wasn't exactly that.
Yeah, let me think. I'm trying to think. And it's funny, those are the ones that be standing out. You remember,
right?
Because you could like remember looking into the crowd and just seeing whoever's face it was, and they just did not look entertained. Like,
right?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
I'm over here singing to you.
I'm giving you the oohs and the ahs.
Looking silly. And the whole time you think like, man, I must be looking crazy up here. But no, I'm trying to think. I think I won't say it was the whole crowd, but so I opened up for Eric Bellinger twice, right?
Okay.
And the first time I opened up for him, it was a combination of things. I was confident, right?
Yeah.
This is like For Playlist Volume 1. That was the project I was basically leading with.
Yeah.
So that was the R&B at the time that I had. That was the best wax R&B that she was gonna get at that time.
Yeah,
right.
And
I still think most of those songs are good, but I wasn't entirely confident with singing at that level of performance. Like, it was a bigger crowd. I think that was probably the biggest crowd I performed in front of at that time. Because the second time there's more people, I think. But anyways, I got up there, I was singing, and then somewhere in the middle of the set, I look into the crowd, and there's like this subsector of people. You could tell, like, and there's no slight toward you as an artist. I understand that now.
Yeah.
But at the time, you're like, dang, they're not feeling it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's that they're not feeling it or that they're just here for Eric Bellinger. They know what they're trying to hear.
Absolutely.
And they don't know my songs. This is all retrospect, you know what I mean? But at the time, you're looking like, dang, but you got to work through it.
You have to.
And you have to.
One
thing I've grown to understand, because I know some people, they'll look at me now and I go perform, like, you seem like a natural. Like, you know how to control the crowd. You know how to get them with you. That came with time and disappointment and understanding that you are actually, for one, you have to win the crowd over. But that's the thing. Win the crowd over. Go up there with the confidence. Like, do you love your music? You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Help me learn that.
Absolutely.
But it was definitely one of those, one of those moments.
I got a moment too, and I don't know if you even remember it, but I remember seeing you at Zesty's, and it was your turn to perform, and something went wrong. I don't know if it was the music or the mix.
That was one of those
or whatever it was.
Bro, no, because
but I'm just saying, like, I watched. I'm sitting there chilling, and I'm watching. You're up there, and you're like, well, something's not working. So instead of you getting down and being upset,
we're going to run it.
I'm flipped it and got up there and sang it.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that really showed me that you're the real deal. That's when I came up to you. Remember, afterwards, I came up to you. I was like, yo, we need to talk, bro. Because I appreciate it. That really, really showed me professionalism, confidence, and you weren't going to let these people down. Everybody was there cheering you on and excited for what you were bringing. And even though everything didn't work out the way it was supposed to, you still made it a point to give them something. And that to me was like, yo, I gotta have them come on and talk about
I
it.
appreciate it. I think that was one of those moments where, and I feel like that's happened a lot of times. And anytime you're working with audio, anytime you're working with video, I'm sure there's plenty of people like something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eventually,
it happens.
It's only a matter of time. Like no matter how good the equipment is, just something could be off that day. But I felt like it's the same as at Rocky's show. This was Saturday.
I think it was Friday. It was Friday because he invited me and I couldn't come. I had to work. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm up there. We're doing Medusa. I messed up like 4 lines in a row on my verse. But now
they don't know it.
Even if they know the song.
Yeah.
I made something. I said something else. Like, oh man, he must be switching lyrics.
Maybe. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
The point is, I feel like you just push through. Like I tell my sons the same thing. Like my mom will have them perform at church sometimes. Do like little youth Sunday stuff. They're like, what if we mess up? I'm like, you just keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you don't stop the show.
That's true. You got to keep it. Show must goes on.
That's always been the mentality.
Show must go on. So let's segue into that since we are talking a little bit about church. How important is your faith?
Well, I think my faith is important. I'm not in church like that.
Right.
Like I won't cap that. But no, I'm not every Sunday, but I do read scripture. I do try to, not daily, but I try to daily actually now, especially. I do pray daily. I try to read scripture, even if it's just something I'll look up, like something about peace, something, because it's, some people like, how do you Bible study? Well, I'm like, I'm not the guru to that. Like, you go talk to the pastor, but I know, I feel like your walk of faith is an individual thing.
Absolutely.
So for me, I do try to look into things that resonate with me and that I think, because I am a dad, that I think that are important to pass down. So I need to understand how to be the things I tell my kids. I need to understand how to be patient. I need to understand how to have wisdom, or how to gain wisdom, or how to be graceful with them, and things that as a parent, I'm sure you understand. It takes time. Like you grow into. I feel like you really grow into being a parent. That's been my experience.
Absolutely.
Especially having I have mine kind of young.
I'm still learning.
Yeah. So I think you grow into that. But I look at my faith as obviously for myself, but as a means to mitigate. I've already made a lot of mistakes in life, but as a means to mitigate any further mistakes, and as a means to be a good parent. Yeah. I feel like I don't like using myself as a foundation. I feel like that's a good foundation because we're all flawed humans. So if I use the Bible as a foundation, then I'm using something that's above me and that has greater wisdom than all, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So anyways, that's kind of where I stand with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good one. I had something I was about to say too.
Go down the wormhole. I be doing that. I'm
sorry. No. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. New stuff you've been working on. Obviously, we're TikTok friends now, and I'd be stalking a little bit.
I need to post more.
Hey, that APM song. I want to play it. I mean, can I play it?
You play it.
I want to play a little bit. I'm gonna play a little bit.
I want to see you something else. You want to play new stuff?
Hey, man, you send me whatever. I'm gonna play it. you got cuts.
Have to, man.
You got cuts. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play a little bit of this song for you guys. It's called 8 p.m. It's a cut. I'm with it. I'm with it.
That was the cover, right? Like a remix?
No.
Yeah, a remix for Bad.
I didn't even know that.
My way.
We just give you a little snippet of this, and then y'all have to go and check it out yourself.
Girl, I got you another dress. So bring your ass up down them stairs. I buy you shit because you rare, and plus because you know I care. Yeah, girl, you know you love it here.
Hey,
that's why you keep on coming in. Yeah, that nigga can't compete, I swear. He driving now, he look too weak, babe. Hey.
You ever heard the original?
No.
Oh, dude.
That's all you get, though, guys. You only get a little snippet. Y'all got to go and check him out. Tell them where they can find all your music, man, if they ain't heard it yet.
So yeah, if you haven't heard it, even if you have, go back on that channel. But no, if you haven't heard it, you can find me all social media, all streaming platforms. Wax the Producer, all one word. Like that joint, it is a remix / cover of that 4-batch. I can't remember the name. It's like Act That 8 or something. I can't remember the name of his track, but anyway, it's called 4 p.m. And you can hear all my music on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Amazon, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, go check that out.
Yeah, that's a cut though. That Bibbidi song too. That one's
that's my favorite joint.
You sent me that one, and I was like, "This is the one." But wait a minute,
I'm gonna shoot you this.
That one's legit too, though. That one was tight. So, what's the plan? What's coming up next for Wax the Producer? What can we look forward to? You sending me a song right now?
Yeah. So you don't have to play it all, but
all right.
I'm always working on stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have so many unreleased songs, and that's every artist is gonna tell you that. Any working artist is gonna tell you that, whether they're actively dropping or not. But what I got going on? I have a project called Boombox I'm working on. That's gonna drop this year. I want to say the latest it'll drop is November. I don't want to drop in December because then that's competing with. Not that it matters that much, but I just around the holiday time. I just let it be whatever I drop and let that ride out, and then. But probably before Boombox drops, me and Louis got a track coming out. The date is pending. I'm not sure when it's going to drop, but that should drop this year. Soon, actually. Hopefully within a month. And yeah, you want to keep listening to the project? I got a project called Wax's World I'm working on. That'll drop. I want to say first quarter of next year, but I can't make no promises. Because the plan I have for that requires me to do it. Extracurricular amount of work, but yeah, joint called Wax's World. Boombox is coming out this year. Bedroom Boom is another project. I don't know if I want to give these names.
Bedroom Boom.
It's called Bedroom Boom. Yeah, that's the sound. Me and shout out to Breliano, one of the kids on here. But shout out to Breliano. Also shout out to James on the board, James Light. But yeah, we got a sound that we kind of coined Bedroom Boom.
Yeah,
working on that project, and then I want to say. Seems so far away, but I want to say by fall of next year, I'll probably be dropping 4 Playlist Volume 3.
Awesome.
So,
well, shoot, man. Do you want me to play this now?
You can play like 30 seconds.
You ready? You ready? Which one is it? This? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll be on the Boombox project.
All right, we're gonna give you a little snippet of this one, y'all. Oh yeah. Make sure you guys go follow. Go follow. Cop that.
Now I'm playing my cards. Every time it's a flush. I'm an ace in the cut. So she giving it up. Scared of calling it love. Scared of getting involved. You ain't trying to rush. Cause you've been through it all. Just trying to ball. Oh, yeah. Ain't trying to fall. Oh, yeah. It's just something that you crave, yeah, but you don't wanna behave, yeah. All right, nigga.
Yeah, well, I like that song.
That song's tight.
Appreciate you.
Hey, make sure you guys go and check him out, man. He's got hits on top of hits on top of hits, man.
Don't gas him.
What's up?
Don't gas him up.
No, you're amazing, man. I like what you do, and. I appreciate you for making this happen. I know we've, been busy doing our live thing, and it's nice to finally touch base with you and get to know you a little bit different than just the person that I see on the other side of the screen or I hear on the other side of the speaker. So this is just a random question, and I probably shouldn't even ask it, but I'm gonna ask it anyway just to see get your thoughts on it. But who is someone that you look up to that's doing music in the town right now?
Well, I feel like it fluctuates, but in Tacoma, or just we talking our region?
In our region.
Okay, in our region, used to go by Stud, goes by, I always say it wrong, Laze.
Laze.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know Laze.
Okay, hard. But her, my brother Keys Open Doors, my whole squad really, like that's really part of my inspiration is Kids on the Hill, like Berliano, James Like, He's Open Doors, them dudes. They like the qualities are. For one, their stuff alone is just super good. So it's funny. Like I know when I'm creating, can't speak for them. I know when I'm creating, I'm thinking about, well, I gotta at least. I feel like our stuff already
be competitive.
I feel like our stuff already competes with the industry if we wanted to, when we wanted to. But you know, I got to keep the same quality as my guys, if not better. That way we elevate each other. Iron sharpens iron. But those dudes for sure. Black Soul, Louis. He's in Atlanta right now, but he be cooking, man. He showed me some stuff. I be like, just drop it. He been dropping recently, but he got some points. He be sitting on. I feel like this is where you start missing names. Basically, I feel like I'm inspired by anybody that has put the time in, like respectfully put the time in the effort, and it shows in their quality and their execution. Like you can't help but to respect it and be inspired by it if it's good, if it's original, if they're pushing something that's like them. I always respect that. I'm always usually inspired by it, and if it's good, I'm not one of those. I'm not gonna gas stuff that ain't good. Like if it's good, it's good. If it ain't good, I might tell you, like, if somebody send me something. Somebody might send me something. I might be like, when people try to do collabs with me, my usual response is like, unless I'm just familiar with their work, and it doesn't mean people can get better. So like, but I usually just say I'm not gonna just say I'm gonna do it just to do it. I usually like, let me listen to it first. It's usually my thing. Yeah. Because it's music first for me. Right. But anyways, I'm inspired by and motivated, and kind of look up to people who just are good at what they do. Absolutely. Especially in our region, because I know there's a big talent pool. Shout out to there's a lot of talent in our region. You know, a lot of it. Whole bunch of names I didn't mention. And can I shout out some real quick? Absolutely. Because I come across a lot of artists even more so than before. Like obviously being a producer, being a performer, being a singer, you're gonna come across people in general. But I started a platform with my guy Wyatt. Shout out to Quiet Wyatt and ASAP. Shout out to ASAP. And my boy. But started a platform with him called Shed Sessions. Okay. And we've been having artists pull up, and I don't know if you're probably not familiar with it, huh? I'll send it to you after this. Absolutely. We're kind of doing our own version of colors, but the concept's just a little different because we're not using no colors. We kind of have our own little theme, and it's live recorded. I do the audio, they do the video for it. But we've been having artists come and do live sets since March. That's tight. So my point is, I've come across a lot of dope artists that I didn't even, some of them I've never heard of. Oh, didn't you? Dang. Did you do a live session with I thought I seen you did a live session with somebody. Who was it? Who were you with? Was it a session or like? I thought it was a session. Might have been a show. I'm not sure. Was it like somebody was singing into a mic? Yes. Oh, and it was like let me see. The hanging mic? Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. That's okay, okay. Yeah, so we produced that. Legacy was there, right? Yeah. Okay. So Legacy was on, and we got some other people. We usually do like. I think Rocky on too. Rocky did one too. Okay. Yes, I remember. I have seen it. Yes. That's the platform we created, and man, we've been running that since March. It's been dope. Plan to keep it going, and might make some adjustments to it, but. Yeah, give me all the info, man. I definitely would love to, put some plugs out for you, and if I see some amazing artists that I think should come and check you out, I mean, I'll send them your way for sure, because I know a lot of people, and I do a little singing here and there myself, but I don't do it like that anymore. I just kind of do it for fun, you know what I mean? But I do know some people that definitely need to be heard. So absolutely. Give me all the info, 411, and we'll link up on that. So I'm pretty much done with my questions, man. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to ask me? Because I always ask everybody. What inspired you to start this platform? Just music, to be honest with you. Just who I was as a musician when I first came out. Who I ended up becoming midway through, and who I am today, all three different people. And when I got to the midway point of doing music, it was more about the fame, the fortune, and, the females, and so, excuse me, for me, I lost the love
just being a part of it. And I lost a lot of friends along the way because I was so self-centered. And so at one point, I think I was 35, I said, I'm gonna step away from the music and just turn my life a different way. And so, I went, took care of my kids, spent a lot more time with them, and tried to become a better father, like we were talking about earlier. And, at one point I was like, how can I give back? How can I, switch this up and not be that self-centered person that I was? And so I came up with this whole platform. And it was pretty much during the time when, COVID was kind of busy and nobody was going out and performing or anything like that. I was like, well, shoot, everybody's doing podcasting. And I was like, well, I really want to do something where I have conversations with good people doing great things in our community. And, started off 3.5 years ago, and it's just been going ever since. And yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah,
it's dope because I see you doing this when X started his music review.
I seen.
Yeah. And I'm like, dang, I should have kept mine going because I don't know if you saw I was doing this little thing called Producer Talk.
Yeah.
And every time I see this, I'm like, dang, why did I stop?
Right.
I was just going live on Instagram, but that's what made me ask you that. Just
it's for me. I enjoy the opportunity to talk with people like yourself that people out there may not know are available and are doing good work and are willing to do good work with people that are doing good. And so that's a lot of goods, but y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah. So just the opportunity to connect with like-minded people, it's always been, kind of my why, what I'm saying. And so, yeah, I love it. So.
No, that's dope.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Appreciate
All right, you guys. So, we have come to the end of our conversation. Thank you again so much, man, for everything. I mean, the music, the conversation, the laughs, the realness, and I'm excited to see you get out there and perform and share more music. I love what you do. Real talk. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. I love what you do. Like we was bumping on the way here. That's my son. He'll tell you we was bumping. We was bumping on the way here.
You play the rest of that new one.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, again, tell them where they can find you if they don't have your info.
Yeah, I'm Simple Dude. You can find me at Wax the Producer everywhere. Social media, streaming platforms, Wax the Producer. Google me.
Absolutely.
Pop up.
Google them. Google us, man. So this Saturday, we're going to be meeting with a poet, a writer, a young lady that actually hit me up in my inbox and asked me, yo, can I be on your platform? And I was like, of course. But what do you do? And so we had a conversation, and a very intellectual conversation, a very intelligent young lady. Her name's Tanisha Bennett. We're going to be with her this Saturday at 1 p.m. So make sure you guys tap in, tune in, continue to follow us as we continue to bring good people with great things going on in the world to your TVs, videos, phones, whatever the case may be. So it's your boy DH, Wax Producer. We out here. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the evening. Peace. Bam, 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 bam.